What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Bet Daily. April 15th. It would be tax day, except it's a Saturday. And so instead, it's Bluegrass Day, baby. Final prep of the Kentucky Derby. Lexington? Keeneland? What is it? Lexington Bay, baby. Final prep for the Kentucky Derby. Got a lot going on right now, not going to lie. Looking forward to getting that going. But before we do, happy NBA playoffs day, everybody. Well, Magic, what are you doing? I didn't even look down in that box. We were like, is that a towel? Is that a scarf? What do we like?
Listen, I did all the heavy lifting on yesterday's show. I'm prepared now to do all the heavy lifting today, but go ahead.
All right. Well, let's start that heavy lifting with the NBA playoffs here. We'll kick it off with the early game. The Nets taking on the 76ers. 76ers laying 8.5 here. Total sitting at 214.5. Magic already giving up the bid. Less than like 5 minutes into the show. You got to do it the whole show if you're going to do it. Come on, man. It's like
I couldn't see. Man, I could not see. It was too hard to lay the screen.
All right. Anyway, we're just going to go to the best bet of the day here for Papa Dude right out of the gate. Papa Dude, you're taking this one. You're going with Philadelphia. Tell us why.
Well, I don't like the Nets. I think that's the main reason. I just don't think they're very good. I tell you what, though, a lot of people are picking the Nets not to win today, but to cover, which they might. I just think Philly's going to blow them out. I think they're better than the Nets. I don't think the Nets can handle Embiid, and I think Philly's ready to go. So if the Nets are going to steal one, it could be today. A lot of times in these playoffs, though, you steal the second game, not the first. So I think Philly comes out of the gate and gets them, and I'm going to take the 76ers to cover that 8.5.
Yeah, should be an interesting game here. Harden had an Achilles problem, said he couldn't walk earlier this week. Now he said he's going to play 40 minutes in this game. We'll see how good he is to go. I agree with Papa Dude. I think Embiid absolutely eats here. Aaron, what do you think?
Yeah, give me Philly. I'm with him as well. So we'll see if he can get this one home. I think it's a really good best bet. I'm with him. Listen, I don't like the Nets at all either. 8.5. I mean, it is a lot of points, but if you think they're that much better, then they should cover that 8.5. So yeah, give me Philly.
I would take the 8.5, but I wouldn't. I'm not going to bet it. This is a game where I'm going to pass because I do think it's going to be an interesting one to see. Magic, give us some stats.
I'm going to go with Brooklyn actually to cover. I think
their offense,
offense is doing well. And here's the thing: when a big piece of it's going to be James Harden, because the guy you guys know from his time in Oklahoma City, he just doesn't play defense. Like they go on the other side of the court, he goes, "All right, I'll just hang out here. Y'all let me know when we're coming back to score some more." When he was out earlier this year, 76ers were the 4th ranked team in defensive efficiency. He came back; they're now 18th since James Harden's been back. Joel Embiid is right now listed as questionable. I'm sure he's going to play tonight, but he is listed as questionable with an injury. And I think that Nick Claxton's going to be able to slow him down along with that injury. I don't think they win. I think 8.5 is a lot to try and cover, though. So I'm going to go with the Nets plus the 8.5.
All right, second game of the day. The other number one seed who is going to be involved in today's action, the Celtics. This is actually out to 9.5 now. Total sitting at 231.5. This is an awful matchup for the Atlanta Hawks. Boston literally does everything well defensively that Atlanta wants to do offensively. 9.5 is a lot of points. Not sure I want to lay it. I have a large amount of money on the series price, though. Boston Celtics minus 2.5 games, minus 150. I think that's a great way to bet this series. I don't see Atlanta winning 2 games. So Celtics would have to win 4-1 or 4-0, Magic, just to make it easy for you.
Thank you.
I don't see Atlanta winning 2 games in this series. I didn't bet it game by game, but I did lay a lot of coin down on the Celtics to win 4-1 or 4-0. Aaron, what do you think here?
Listen, Dr. Tane comes in and he says Atlanta in the NBA to cover. So I'm going to go Atlanta to cover because you know why? Never, ever question or doubt a doctor.
This was bullshit yesterday. The Heat should not have covered that basketball game. The Bulls were in total control the whole damn time, and they closed the game on a 15-1 run. What are we doing? We had a 3-point lead with 3.5 minutes left. We can't cover 5.5. Freaking ridiculous stuff, Papa Dude. Who do you like in the Celtics last game?
Well, I'm just thrilled that Dr. Tang didn't pick the Nets. I hadn't heard from him this morning. I was holding my breath and he picked the Hawks, and that's fantastic because if he'd have picked the Nets, I would have been madder than hell. So anyway, I'm with Aaron. I'm going to go with Dr. Tang. I really, though, I think he might be wrong today, but I'm going to go with him too. I just think the Celtics are much better than the Hawks. I really do. And the only thing is, the Hawks may get in a shooting match with them, and if they're hitting shots, this thing could probably go over that total. But I'm going to go with Dr. Tang and the Hawks. I think the Celtics win, though.
Celtics are the number 1 defensive rebounding team in the NBA. They are the number 2 team in three-point efficiency allowed against. That's what Atlanta does, is they rebound offensively and they shoot threes. That's what Boston stops. Magic, talk some sense into these people.
I'm going to go the under here. All the trends are saying this should be over, right? You've got 3 of the top 10 scorers in the league in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Trae Young in this game. Trae Young and Clint Capella both went for over 20 points in their last game in the play-in game to get here. All of the trends are saying it's going to be over, and the line keeps going up. It opened at 229.5. You said 231.5 now. The under is 5-2 the last 7 times these teams play. I think Boston wins. I don't think it's close.
All right. I like it. Boston wins, and it's not close, Team Halterman. I hope you heard that well. All right, let's head over.
Dr. Tang. I'm just going with Dr. Tang.
All right, let's head over to the Knicks-Cavs matchup. One of the more interesting of the day. This opened at 6. Julius Randle now will play, or supposedly is going to try and play. That moved the line down to 5. We're going between 5 and 5.5 right now. Total sitting at 217 here. This is going to be a fun one here. Donovan Mitchell gets his revenge here on the Knicks, not trading for him over the summer. Aaron, what are you going with?
I am going to go the Knicks to cover here. I like the Knicks plus the 5. I think it's going to be a pretty tight game. We'll see what happens. I think, the Cavs, they're usually in close games. And so for that reason, I'm going to go to the Knicks. I think this could be an upset for the series. I think the Knicks could beat them. We talked about this on our show a little bit, Papa Dude. I think we could have a little bit of an upset here. So give me the Knicks plus the 5 here.
Not so fast, my friend, for the series. I'm not sure about today. I think the Cavs are going to win the series. So I do think they're the better team over 7 games here. Today, I think it's going to be awfully tough. I'm not going to touch this one before the game starts. I'm interested in the Cavs a little bit if they get down. We can get this closer to a pick 'em. But as for the 5, I think this is a very well-lined game. Magic, what do you like?
I like the Knicks here. I think the Knicks can win this outright. They actually are a better road team than a home team this year. When they play in Cleveland, they're 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games, and then 9-4 in their last 13 games against the Cavs overall. I think the Knicks are going to win this series.
Papa Dude?
I'm going to go with the Knicks today. Also, I'm not sure they're going to win this game. I'm kind of along the lines with you, Magic. I think they're going to win this series too, and they're going to have to win one of them. This may be the one. So I'm going to go to the Knicks today also.
All right, let's head to the final game of the day. The game I am most excited about here. The Warriors headed to take on the Kings. The Kings laying 1, even though they are plus 225 to win the series. They are laying a point here in game 1. Total sitting at 237. Yeah, the Warriors are minus 275 to win this series. And they are a dog in game 1. Absolutely wild there. We'll start with you, Magic. What do you like here?
I'm going to go with the Kings, and a big reason here, all the money is coming in on the Warriors, and I think it probably alludes to what you're talking about as well. Last 18 games, these two teams have played. Golden State just 5-13 against the spread. The under is a big trend as well if you want to go that route, but just because there's so much public money that seems to be going towards Golden State here, and the Kings are at home, I think Iguodala is still outright. I'm going to go with the Kings.
Light the beam, baby. Kings, big! This building is going to be rocking tonight. And I realize the Warriors are the better team, the more seasoned team. They're also going through some issues right now. Wiggins hasn't played yet. He's going to try and come back for this series. We have absolutely no idea what type of shape he's in. This Kings team is going to come with 100% effort today. It's going to be a monster game there in Sacramento. I think they're able to win this game. Not sure they win the series, but I think they get the job done tonight. Aaron, who do you like?
Kings. I'm with you. I think Kings win. I think they've heard all this, and they're going to come out and play a very inspired game. Kings win.
Yeah, and Tony mentioned this too. The Warriors, one of the worst road teams in the NBA this year as well. So they're going to have to obviously travel. Now, not a lot of travel. This is a very short flight going from Golden State to Sacramento, but not very good on the road here. Papa Dude, is it a sweep?
Make it a clean sweep. I'm going Kings as well. I don't think that is going to the arena won't bother the Warriors that much. I know they're bad on the road, but this is the playoffs, a little bit different. They're seasoned, but their overall record indicates they're not very good. So I think the Kings are going to win today. I'm a little bit worried if it doesn't go over. I think it needs to go over for the Kings. I really do. If it's like 117, 114, something like that, I don't know if that's going to be good for them. So I'm going to take the Kings as well. I'd like to see an upset in this. This shouldn't be an upset, but it is according to the odds.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens when the Kings get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Because at some point they are going to get one of those barrages from Golden State, and how the Kings are able to handle that in the playoffs is going to be very interesting. I think they'll handle it well at home because you can call timeout and that building get going. But when that happens at Oracle, it's going to be very interesting to see how the Kings can respond to that. All right, let's head over to horse racing here. We've got a monster card coming at you from Keeneland here. The final prep race of the season, the Grade 3 Lexington, will be going off as the 9th race on the card. Aaron, first time in the history of this show, first time in 300 shows, something like that. We're around there. The best bet of the day is coming from the race of the day. Tell us about it.
Well, I didn't know if it was legal to do that or not, Somich. So that's the problem. No, listen, I'm very nervous today, to be completely honest, because I do really, really like the number 5 First Mission here in the Lexington today. I've liked him since his debut. I've heard nothing but good things about him. I thought he stretched out extremely well. I think he gets Saez back aboard today and is going to run even better second time going long. And the reason I'm nervous is I believe we're going to get a decent price today. And that's the thing. A lot of times when you bet horses that you really love, you kind of feel like 6-5, even money, 7-5, maybe that's what you're going to get. I think we're going to get a good price today. And I think today's the day you could really take advantage of it. So at 3-1, I don't think we're getting that. I think we're going to get 2-1, 5-2. I think it's a great opportunity for a horse I love. So give me First Mission here today at Keeneland. I love this horse, and hopefully he runs how I think he's going to run.
You're going to get the price. I think you hit the nail on the head there. I don't see this horse going off at 6-5 or 7-5. It's a lot of the best bets here sometimes end up at those off odds after having that 3-1, 7-2 type morning line. Disarm's going to take some money. You're going to see Arabian Lion take some money on the outside. This is probably going to be a 3-headed battle for favoritism, and I would agree with you. Of those 3, First Mission's the one I want the most. I've got First Mission on top as well here in Keeneland's 9th race. I respect the heck out of Disarm, though. I do want to at least mention him. I thought he ran very well in that Louisiana Derby. Was the only horse that made up any ground and didn't really get to stretch his legs until late either. There were some traffic issues around the final turn and into that lane. No one was catching Kings Barnes that day. That is the slowest pace we've seen for Kentucky Derby prep in over 2 years. It was impossible to run him down at that point. So I thought Disarm ran well in defeat there. I like the fact that he made up ground. Aaron, I saw you shaking your head. You want to talk a little about Disarm?
Yeah, that's the other reason why I'm a little bit nervous and why I think we are going to get that price is there are landmines in here, right? I mean, the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've had big opinions, and it's kind of been okay on these big days. I've got big opinions, and it's a horse that's good in a race that's not great. This is a pretty strong race, so you do worry about Disarm a lot. Short stretch at Keeneland for these mile 16th races. I think that will help my pick a little bit more than it'll help Disarm because he is going to probably come from out of it a little bit further back than First Mission. Christopher Maiello says Empire Strikes Fast. Certainly a horse that ran very well at Gulfstream. I'm worried about as well. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Disarm is going to be tough in this spot, and it's a situation where they're trying to get him into the Derby. So we'll see. I mean, I think he's going to run a pretty good race today.
Yeah, Magic. You can't sleep on Demolition Duke either. The other Brad Cox entrant here. We've talked a lot about First Mission, the 5, who is the better of the 2 Coxes heading into the race. We'll see if that's true coming out of it as well. Who do you have on top here in the Lexington?
I mean, I'm with you guys. I put First Mission on top, but I do like Demolition Duke a lot, and you're seeing it a big upgrade to Flavian Pratt hopping aboard. Now, this horse is that in his 2 races was a dead closer, and you can look at that allowance race where he just lost to Bishop Spade. They went super slow early there, so he was able to be within a couple lengths of the lead. Pratt's going to need to get this horse more engaged because of how the dirt track has been playing. But if you're going to trust one jockey and one trainer on the dirt right now, how is it not Flavian Pratt for Brad Cox? I mean, they're a little bit, maybe Luis Saez and Brad Cox, you could argue for that as well, but that was our top pick here. It would not surprise me at all if we get a double Cox exact to 5-3 for this race.
Papa Dude, who do you like?
I'm going to go with Disarm. I think Disarm's going to come off the pace. I think there's a lot of speed. If they can get him set right, I think he's going to come off the pace and win this. Saying get Asmussen going a little bit. I am a little concerned, though. Asmussen was in Oakland yesterday, and he's not at Keeneland. I wouldn't think he would have flown back to Keeneland tonight or yesterday, I would think. And that kind of tells me maybe he's not real interested in disarm. I don't know. Clarier is running today at Oakland, so could be why he's there. I don't know. I'm going to go another 50 cents trifecta box. It worked well yesterday. 6, 5, 3, 11 is what I'm going.
Why are you not at Oakland?
The missus is sick.
Okay. All right. Good reason there. I was
Yes.
wondering because I just realized you were supposed to be there today.
You know, she was going to try to tough it out, but that is a long day when you feel well. And when you don't, it's miserable. So we'll see what we may go next weekend. There's other weekends.
Is anyone picking Barber Road today?
No.
Sorry, Shaddy.
Yeah.
That's no fur. All right, let's jump into the other best bets of the day. Magic, you're sticking at Keeneland, so let's start with you.
Yeah, race 10. I picked this before I saw that a third of the race got scratched out, including the other Chad Brown. So, excuse me. So, if you're worried about the odds, I think if you take a daily double first mission into an Italian. By the way, the daily double I would have played yesterday. Thank God I didn't. That would up in flames in both races. In Italian, it was already looking like she could be potentially lone speed in this race. The 8 Freedom Speaks was the other one that you thought possibly could push, and she's scratched out of this. So there's literally no one that's going to push this horse. Do you see Luis Saez try and get Queen Goddess up there? Does Frankie Dettori try and put White Frost into it? William Buick, he let Modern Games sit back and do his thing, and that kind of cost him any chance of winning the Maker's Mark Mile yesterday. So will With the Moonlight be forwardly placed? What I do know is that Irad Ortiz Jr. is on in Italian, not this guy. Irad Ortiz Jr. is going to be on her. She is lone speed, and she drew inside. The only other horse Turin's on the rail is Jose Ortiz on a closer and Pizza Bianca. I just cannot. Every time I look at this race, even before the scratches, I don't understand how she loses this race. As long as she gets out of the gate cleanly, she should be gone. So I'm going to take in Italian. If you're worried about the price getting way too low and unplayable to win better, pair it up with first mission in the race before.
How about you play the 2-5 exacta if the price isn't great?
That's also what I would do. Yeah, that would be my exacta play, 2-5.
I think With the Moonlight becomes ultra tough not to run second with those scratches as well, because I agree with you. In Italian now has a massive pace edge on a course that we saw yesterday. You want to be forwardly placed going a mile. With the Moonlight has more early turn of foot than we saw yesterday from a big favorite that went down, but not enough to stay within Italian. White Frost gets screwed in this spot, which I'm really pissed off about because I liked White Frost quite a bit. I think that horse at some point steps up and wins a graded stakes. Today is no longer the day because of these scratches that happen.
Yeah. I want to throw in on Magic's real quick there. And it's kind of dumb to say after we watched those turf races yesterday and how wild they were. But how is it not in Italians in front and With the Moonlight's coming, and it's just who holds up who? I mean, I think it's just that is right there in front of everybody's eyes to see. And again, this turf's been a little bit funky, guys. I mean, but it certainly just feels like if In Italian gets out there, all she's really going to have to hold off is With the Moonlight. And
the difference here is Modern Games is coming from off the pace. In Italian, the horse we're talking about today is going to be solo on the lead.
Yeah.
Makes a massive difference when you're playing on a turf course that at a mile, you want to be more forwardly placed than further back. All right, last best bet of the day. I'm going to go to the New York Mets. Give me the team total over 5. This is a play against the Athletics as much as anything else. They've given up at least 5 runs in every game, but 3 so far in the Major League Baseball season. They gave up 13 plus to the Mets last night. They've got an awful starter, over a 10 ERA on the bump today. Their bullpen sucks. The Mets bats are averaging 5 runs a game. This is an easy team total over 5 for me. So give me the Mets over 5 today against the Athletics. All right, Papa Dude, any final thoughts here you want to talk about today before we sign off?
Not really. I don't have anything. I'm going to sit back. It's supposed to get a little cloudy, a little stormy here today, and watch a lot of horse racing today, sprinkled in with some basketball.
It's going to be a fun day. You get NBA tipping off here in a couple hours. Keeneland should be a solid day. You got a great card from Oakland as well.
Oh, I just thought of something.
Okay.
D. Wayne today. Definitely going to be watching. This could, we talked about it on our show, Aaron and I did.
Mm-hmm.
This could be the last grade 1 he ever wins at Oakland. And I want to see it.
He's not going to win today.
I said it could be.
I'm the only one who did not pick Secret Oath.
Well, I understand why you're not, and he could lose. But, he last Samurai run, is it a grade 1, Aaron? It's not a grade 1, is it, the Oakland handicap?
It used to be.
Okay, it may still be.
Let me see.
So he'll have him next week.
Yeah, I think that might be a grade 2 now. That it's went back and forth ever since we followed it. Let's see. It's a grade 2. It is a grade 2. Yeah.
I would like to know if anyone at that age has ever won a grade 1.
That's a good question. I don't know.
He's getting feeble, boys. He's getting feeble.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to do this.
We'll get our researcher on this. Magic, oldest trainer to win a grade 1 in the U.S. Let us know for tomorrow, all right?
You got it.
All right, let's head to the best bets of the day before we sign off here. Aaron, going to Keeneland, race number 9, horse number 5, first mission, 3-1 on the morning line. Magic, Keeneland, race number 10, horse number 2 in Italian, 7-5 on the morning line. If it drops below 3-5, he'll play the 2-5 exacta there in the 10th race. Papadou taking the 76ers, laying the 8.5. Give me the New York Mets over a team total of 5. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. More best bets from the NBA, horse racing, and all over the sports world. Good luck with all of your wagers today. We'll see you tomorrow. Actually, we'll see you later today. We'll be live at 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern for the Keeneland prep and for a couple other races from there as well. So make sure you check us out on that live show. Good luck, everybody.